Hey, Auntie Corina here. Just wanted to start a little video about, let's talk about one of the biggest things that we have as parents that we struggle with, and that's with having our kids listen. So whether you have yourself a 2-year-old that is tantruming, or a 15-year-old or 13-year-old that just won't listen, or you've got an 8-year-old that goes, I want to give you some tools and a few tricks on how to actually deal with this in a way that will transform your conversations with your kids. Now, let's just be aware that each age will have its own language, and you'll speak to a 2-year-old quite differently than the way you'll speak to a 13-year-old. But the premise is the same. It all starts with eye contact. One of the biggest things that I do, and I use this in my daycare for 15 years, and I use it with my nieces today, and they're still young, they're only 8 and 12, and I say to them, eyes. It's a really simple technique that I found instantly changes how your kids listen and how they interact with you. So the big thing is you get their attention, because honestly, 9 times out of 10, they're just in their own world. It's part of how their brains are built. So when we're talking about young kids and they literally don't hear you, and they go, I didn't hear you, they mean it. They're not being rude to you. They're not being nasty. They're not ignoring you or kind of going, yeah, whatever, mom. They actually don't hear you. Their brains are so focused on what they're doing that they don't hear you. Have you ever had that experience yourself where you are just so deep in thought, you're like, you were talking to me? It's the same thing, only theirs is much more consistent, and actually they do become quite deaf to the world, which is really great because it's awesome concentration. However, it can make us as parents really frustrated with, I have to repeat myself. So here's the best way to do it is you go up to your kid and your child and you say, hey, eyes. And if they're older, you can go, hey, Sarah, look at me. Right? You can just change the wording a little bit. And the other thing is, when you're doing this also will create an opportunity for you to parent close distance rather than, as I call it, parenting long distance, because parenting long distance doesn't work. That's where we stand at the bottom of the stairs and go, hey, Sarah, get your shoes, we gotta go. Doesn't work that well. And when we're young, we really want to kind of teach them that when they hear their name being called, that they do need to give us their focus. And as they get older, it just kind of sets the tone for it. Now, eyes, big thing. You've got their eye contact. You've got their attention. Now you can ask them for what you need. But here's the second thing, my second thing to making kids really hear you. Don't talk so much. Use fewer words and they'll hear more. It's an absolute win-win-win. Because after a while, for those of you that remember Charlie Brown's teacher, remember that wah, 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 wah? That's what they hear after a while when you're saying, you never pick up, you aren't listening to me, you've got to clean up your toys. And all they hear is this, bah, 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 bah. And their brains are literally tuning out because they're so used to just all these words. How about you change it? How about you do something really succinct? Tap, tap, tap. Hey, Sarah, 5 minutes till we go. It's your 5-minute warning. Boom. Done. You use less words, but you said more. It's going to impact and they're going to hear it. And the next time you can go, Sarah, eyes, 1 minute, and then we're going to clean up and go. Done. And they'll be like, you can say, did you understand me? And if you're not sure they got it, you can say, what did mommy say? And they'll repeat it back to you. Right, 1 minute till we go. Good job. And then you leave. Now, again, I'm more gearing this towards younger kids, but you can adapt this for older kids in that you can just say, hey, Sarah, 5 minutes. That's it. Tap, tap. Or even if you can just tap them in, you don't even have to say it, you just go. And they'll know. There you can go. You don't have to say a lot to have more impact and have your kids hear you better. It's one of the things that I teach all of my parents. And after 28 years of parenting and kids and special education assistant and all the things that I've done, I'm able to take all this information and give you the shortcuts and the best tools that I have found that work guaranteed, and they work in a snap. They are so simple that I have to tell you these things. The biggest thing you need to know is that parenting can be really, really difficult, and I want to make it as easy as possible for you. So, first, eyes. Second, fewer words, but they'll hear you more. Third, good job. That's it. We're done. You did it. That's it. You've got the fastest way to communicate with your kids, actually have them listen to you by making a connection, by getting that eye contact and using fewer words. You guys are awesome. Look at that. You did it. So now you can go try it out. I want to hear about it. Let me know. How did that work for you? I tell you, you won't know till you try. And I tell you, it's the best. It really is. It changed how when I was in the middle of a daycare with 7 kids and I needed their attention, I would just stand up there and go, hey, everybody, eyes. And all of them would swivel. It was great. Even the 2-year-olds all the way up to the 7-year-olds. So there you go. There's my fastest, best, one of my top secret tips that I love using that gets the fastest results. Now, if you need more or you need more assistance, always, always, always know that you can contact me and we'll just give you a few tips and tricks and get you on your way. So in the meantime, eyes, good listening, and we'll see you next time. You're having a great day, and remember, you are already an awesome parent, and it's my job to get you to feel like you are. All right? You guys are amazing. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.